More Gyökeres news. Crazy.
Yeah.
Do you want to read it?
Apparently, there's a lawyer. Yeah. There's a lawyer that's come out. Oh, have you got it? Yeah. Yeah, lawyer Gyökeres via the explains the legal side of Viktor Gyokeres missing training to force a move to Arsenal. Skipping training without a valid reason breaks the rule. If a player does it 5 times, the club can legally fire him. But Gyökeres already said he wanted to join Arsenal. That limits what counts as justification. Sporting could fine him, and if it continues, even terminate his contract. That's exactly what Gyökeres wants. But for Sporting, it would be a disaster. A €65 million asset becomes worthless. So while the law is clear, football is more than legalities. There are strong reasons for both sides to reach a deal.
I gotta say fair play to Gyökeres. He wants his move by any means necessary.
Man said, "Yo, I'll go for free." But you, man, I tried.
You're telling me we could get him for free?
That's what I mean. It depends if Sporting do terminate the contract. Yeah.
Gyökeres for free. Imagine, ladies and gentlemen, if we get it for free, what are we gonna do with the rest of the money? Go sign Jackson. Extra money to give to Chelsea.
That's where I can see Rodrigo coming in.
He's never gonna go for free, man. They're either gonna give him to us for cheap, or they're gonna give him to us for the deal we've already agreed. Stop. This is a dream scenario.
No, people in the chat. Our job is to report.
People saying don't jinx it. Just because I said that now, Arsenal's gonna go pay more money to Chelsea. Stop it. We're not gonna do that until next summer.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're just reporting on the news. I know a lot of people think whether this is Fabrizio's just tweeted something, by the way.
What did he say? Hopefully it's something good. Hopefully it's something good. Let's see.
Ooh, this isn't good. Okay. Yeah.
Sporting's president not showing up to Sporting president Valdez on Gyökeres not showing up to preseason. If they don't want to pay Viktor Gyökeres' fair market value, we're very comfortable with that for the next 3 years. What? This strategy is also making it very complicated for the player to leave. Nobody above interests of the club, however they are. What? Nobody is above the interests of the club, however they are.
No, whoever they are.
Oh, whoever they are. We're calm. Everything will be resolved with the market closing, a hefty fine, and an apology to the group.
Okay.
This guy is literally saying he's going to hold him hostage. This guy literally said, "Yo, free Gyökeres, man, free Gyökeres." These guys are really out here saying they're going to just hold him hostage.
I mean, look, there's two ways to look at this. This is them obviously playing hardball for negotiation purposes, but it's also not a good look. But at the end of the day, he is their biggest asset. So they don't want to be punked either. They don't want to be like giving away their players despite like everything that's happening, because that just gives other players a way out. And I think that's what he's trying to do, is just trying to save face for the club and say, look, we want what we think the player is worth. And that's, but I've just got a feeling this deal will get wrapped up soon. I can't think of this going too much because of how much they've got to lose. But he is under contract at the end of the day. So like if they want to do that, then absolutely they're within their rights to do. It's just not a good look.
All right, guys. Viktor Gyokeres is not going to be leaving Sporting today, tomorrow, the next day. But what's going to happen is eventually they're going to have to come to a compromise. What they're threatening right now is to have the player sitting at home, not earning a wage for 3 years. That is over dramatizing the situation. They want to show that they have the negotiation power. They have no negotiation power. Sporting have been holding up the deal. Sporting have been the reason why this deal has not been happening. Arsenal paid the money that they asked for. Arsenal paid the money that they told the agent they need to the threshold they need to hit. Sporting Lisbon are the reason why this deal is not getting done right now. Sporting's president is single-handedly holding up the deal because the previous Sporting president gave them a word that if the deal was 65 plus 10, it would get done. Arsenal are willing to pay 65 plus 10. You're telling me this whole deal is being held up by 5 million is bullshit. They're bluffing. There's no chance that this whole deal gets held up by 5 million. Surely they have to come to a resolution. It cannot be 5 million holds up the whole entire situation. 5 million. Come on, souls. This is ridiculous.
I mean, that's what I think as well. I don't know how true it is for 5 million, or whether there's a structural problem or there's a deal problem. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm obviously going off of the reports.
Do you follow that? Do you have a subscription to The Athletic? Anybody who does, David Ornstein mentioned this yesterday, that the issue is that the Sporting president does not want to concede on a 5 million less than what they value him. And it's not a thing where Arsenal just want to pay. Let me show you. In case people are saying just pay the money. These guys are terrorists. They're changing the price every 2 seconds. You pay the money, they change the price to a higher price. You're eventually going to have to keep bidding until they decide that the price is good enough. It's like me telling you, souls, guess what? The deal is 60 plus 10. Arsenal paid the 60 plus 10. Well, now it's 65 plus 10. Arsenal paid the 65 plus 10. Now it's 70 plus 10. Are Arsenal just going to keep paying the 5 million more every time like dickheads? Even Gyökeres says he feels betrayed and believes that the president has reneged on his pact to let him go for 60 million plus 10, which Arsenal have already passed and have decided to pay 5 million more. And no agreement is yet to be placed. And Arsenal are working to land Gyökeres on a 5-year deal and subject to the clubs reaching a compromise. This is clearly Sporting fucking up. And anybody who's blaming Arsenal, just take a second and just relax and take in what's actually happening, because Sporting are the ones that are holding up this entire deal.
No, I agree. I mean, obviously, the inner workings of this deal, obviously, no one's going to really know about. We're going off of like reports and like what journalists are telling us that are well connected to the club. At the end of the day, I think this deal gets done. I mean, that's just where I'm at, but we'll just have to give it time. I mean, it's a difficult one to really digest and actually speak about, because we don't truly know what the issue is, and we don't know whether that, because it can't be 5 million. I don't believe over 5 million they're just going to do what they're doing.
So yeah, it's a war. It's a war between people right now. That's what it really is. It's just a war between people. As for talking Sporting, they had a whole article on Viktor Gyokeres' past, and this was pretty cool. So they're saying, from the streets of Stockholm to dominating European football with Sporting, the Swedish forward first full-length interview adaptation and into a thread. So first they spoke about how when he was younger, he was obviously trying to get up there at the top of sport and always wanted to have fun as a kid. He obviously came from this school over there in Stockholm. Shout out to him. He was always very talented. At the age of 15, he was playing at his local club, as you can see there. You can see here that he was at Brighton at the age of 19 playing in the Premier. He had no appearances in Brighton, and he had a couple loan spells while he was at Brighton. He did play He obviously said he wanted to play in the Premier League, but it was a situation where he never played. And there you go. He learned a lot from that time. He spoke about his time at Coventry and how he took a big step up while he was in Coventry. You have him saying was difficult was the difference of your self-confidence. So basically, he grew in confidence in this time, and it was essential for him. As when he was at Coventry, he learned. And I would honestly want everyone to go check this out. Talk Sporting had this whole thing. I'm not doing it justice right now, but you guys need to check it out. He even spoke about playing in the World Cup in 2022 when Sweden didn't qualify and how gutted he was that they didn't qualify. And he also made jokes about people copying his celebration. He actually finds it funny that Gabriel copied his celebration, or people copy his celebration. And he said, you quoted Bane, nobody cares until you put on a mask. That's very interesting. So that's why he does it. That's an amazing reason to do this celebration. Bane quote, "Nobody cares until you put on a mask. I did feel like that before I scored so many goals. Nobody was watching you." What an amazing quote. That's pretty nice. That's pretty interesting. So out of all the stuff that he had in this whole post, why he does the celebration is quite interesting, speaking about everything else. But then there's one part that a lot of people have been speaking about, which is where he sees himself amongst the best of the best, and what he thinks about himself as an individual shows that he has a top mentality. Where is it? How do you prepare for such defenders? Speaking about his teammates, speaking about Lisbon, speaking about leaving in the summer, doesn't really give any reasons. He says, one of the biggest leagues in Europe. I spent several years there without playing a single game. Of course, it's something I would like to do. It would be a sweet revenge. Talking about wanting to come back and playing in the Premier League. Souls, you getting hyped? And then this is the one where everyone wanted to speak about. So I'm not going to do it justice. Can you read this out for everybody?
Yeah, where do you kind of rank amongst the best strikers such as Harry Kane, Lewandowski, and Haaland? I'm definitely one of them. It's difficult to rank myself, but yes, I'm at the same level as them now. For my part, I have to show that I'm capable of maintaining these performances season after season. What I have achieved at Sporting, I am convinced I can achieve anywhere. You haven't seen the best of Viktor Gyokeres yet. Fair enough.
You haven't seen the best of Viktor Gyokeres yet. Fair enough. Better not be a Sterling. And that's. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and leave a comment down below what you thought of that video you just watched.